It's a quiet Tuesday morning. Margaret, 71 years old, fills her coffee and settles down to handle her bills. Then she signs into her bank account, and her heart sinks. Her Social Security payment is only half of what it normally is. Half. The money she depends on for rent, for food, for her prescriptions. She changed nothing. She did nothing improper. So where did half her payment disappear to? The answer had been waiting inside an envelope that arrived weeks earlier. A letter she put aside, a letter she planned to read later. And that single delay may have just cost her thousands of dollars. If you collect Social Security, please don't turn away from this video. Because what happened to Margaret is happening to thousands of retirees at this very moment, and there is a deadline you must understand today. I'm Milena. For many years, my work has been to take these baffling, alarming government rules and explain them in plain English, so people like you can safeguard what you've earned. And I want you to take a breath right now. Because here's the encouraging news. This can be fixed. There are official forms, genuine legal protections, and simple steps that can halt this or even erase the debt entirely. I'm going to guide you through exactly what this letter means, exactly what you can do, and exactly how much time remains. But please, stay with me through the end, because there's one quiet error that catches nearly everyone. It isn't ignoring the letter. It's something most people get wrong, even while believing they're doing the right thing. And it can strip away your protection. I'll reveal what it is. Let me share the story of Robert. Robert is 67. He retired 3 years ago after a lifetime of working. He's cautious. He's tidy. He keeps his receipts in a shoebox and pays every bill on schedule. One afternoon, Robert receives a letter from the Social Security Administration. The letter states he was overpaid. It says he must return several $1,000s. Robert is puzzled. He never requested additional money. He never even spotted any extra money. Now here's where Robert does something that seems sensible. He tells himself, this must be an error. I'll call them whenever I get around to it. I have time. So he delays. 1 week passes, then a second. He's busy. Life gets in the way. And then, on day 31, his next payment arrives, sliced in half. Robert never skipped a payment in his entire life. He didn't lie. He didn't cheat. The overpayment wasn't even his doing. It was a math error on the agency's end. But because he passed one particular deadline, the protection he deserved drifted away. The automatic withholding had already started. Here's what saddens me about Robert's story. He did nearly everything correctly. His only error was believing he had more time than he actually had. So let's make certain that never happens to you. Let me show you precisely how this rule operates. First, what is an overpayment? It simply means Social Security paid you more than they claim you were owed. Sometimes that's a reporting change. Sometimes it's a marriage, a relocation, or a shift in income. And quite often, it's their own error. Under the law, the Social Security Administration is required to attempt to recover that money. That portion isn't optional for them. Now here's the figure that matters most. The official SSA website states, and I'm quoting their exact words here, they will automatically withhold 50% of your benefit each month until the overpayment is repaid. 50%. Half your payment every single month until it's settled. For some people, that stretches on for years. Let me give you the brief history, because this has shifted considerably. A couple of years back, the cap was only 10%. Then, in early 2025, the agency announced it would reclaim 100% your full payment. After public outcry, they scaled it back to the 50% rate we have now, effective April 2025. That 50% is the standard today for new retirement, survivor, family, and disability overpayment notices. Now here is the part I truly need you to absorb, the deadline. After Social Security mails your overpayment notice, they wait a minimum of 30 days before they begin collecting. That 30-day window is your protection window. Here's what their own page says. If you request a waiver or an appeal within 30 days, they will not collect the money until they reach a decision on your request. But if you wait beyond those 30 days, the 50% withholding kicks in automatically, even while your case is still under review. Now, you may have come across a 90-day figure circulating. Let me be honest and clear with you, because this very confusion is what harms people. Some reports cite a 90-day period for submitting certain appeals. But the deadline that genuinely keeps the money in your check is the 30-day one. So please, treat 30 days as your true deadline. Don't bet on 90. Acting early always shields you. Acting late never does. And one more thing that catches people off guard. Most of these overpayments are not fraud. The agency's own Inspector General found that improper payments amount to less than 1% of what they distribute. Many are honest misunderstandings, or the agency's own slip-ups. So if you receive one of these letters, you are not a criminal. You are not in trouble. You simply have a deadline to satisfy. So how do you defend yourself? There are 3 official forms, and selecting the right one matters. Form number 1, the SSA 561. This is your appeal. Use this if you believe you were not overpaid or the amount is incorrect. Form number 2, the SSA 632. This is the waiver. Use this if you agree you were overpaid, but it wasn't your fault and you can't afford to repay it. And listen closely. If this is approved, you may owe nothing whatsoever. Form number 3, Kiwashi, the SSA 634. This one applies when you accept the debt, but 50% is too much to live on. This form asks them to reduce your monthly withholding. 3 forms, 3 distinct situations. Choosing the wrong one delays everything, so understand which one suits you. And what happens if you ignore all of this? They continue withholding until the debt is cleared. If you no longer receive benefits, they can pull it from your tax refund, certain state payments, or even garnish wages. And if a person dies still owing, the agency may pursue repayment from a surviving spouse receiving benefits on their record. This is serious, which is precisely why acting early matters so deeply. Okay, Margaret, Robert, and everyone watching, let's turn this into a straightforward plan. 3 steps. Write these down. Step 1. Open the letter the day it arrives and locate the date. The date on that notice begins your clock. Mark 30 days from that date on your calendar in bold red ink. That is your action deadline. Do not tuck the letter away for later. Later is what cost Robert his protection. Step 2. Reach Social Security directly and pick the right form. Call them at 1-800-77-21213 or visit ssa.gov. Explain what your situation is. If you don't believe you owe it, that's the appeal, the 561. If it's not your fault and you can't afford it, that's the waiver, the 632. If you simply need lower payments, that's the 634. When unsure, ask them which form suits you and submit it within those 30 days. Step 3. Keep copies of everything. Make a copy of the letter, every form you submit, and note the date and the name of anyone you speak with. If a dispute ever arises, your records are your evidence. A simple folder on your kitchen table can save you thousands. That's it. Open it. Act within 30 days, keep your records, do those 3 things, and you place the power back into your own hands. Now, before you leave, I want to say something important. Straight from the heart. The single finest thing you can do today is go to the official source, ssa.gov, or call 1-800-77-21213. That is always your safest, most trusted first step. Please never send money or personal details to anyone who phones or messages you claiming to be Social Security. The real agency reaches you by mail first, and here's my sincere concern for you. These rules change constantly. The rate moved from 10% to 100% to 50% in barely a year. By the time most people learn of a change, the deadline has already slipped past. So please subscribe and switch on the bell so you don't miss the next alert. And share this video with one person you love who's on Social Security. One share could rescue someone's entire month's payment. I've also prepared a free senior benefits protection guide that walks you through these 3 forms in plain English. The link sits in the description below. If you'd like ongoing updates on Social Security, Medicare, banking, and travel rules for seniors, the details to join our community are there too. But remember, anything in that guide should always be verified against the official ssa.gov website. Trust but confirm. That's how we keep one another safe. You worked your whole life for these benefits. You earned them. Don't let one letter, one missed deadline, take what belongs to you. I'm Milena. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.